In these examples, we have a look at the ratios between two or more quantities, how to express them, and how to simplify them.
In this case, we're looking at green circles versus pink circles. Now, if we look at the objects there, we can see that we can count up 6 of the green ones and 8 of the pink ones. To express that, we have to say it in the order of the words. So the ratio for green to pink is 6 to 8, and we can use a colon, 6 with the 2 dots, 8 to represent that ratio. What we need to look at is how we simplify that ratio. To do this, we first of all express it as a fraction, and in the same order as well. So 6 is on the top for green and 8 is on the bottom for pink. And then we simplify it by saying, well, 2 goes into 6 3 times and 2 goes into 8 4 times. So 6 over 8 becomes 3 over 4, and the ratio is expressed as 3:4. Another way to simplify the fraction is to use your calculator and the fraction button. So what does it actually mean to say a ratio of 3:4? Well, we can see the circles here being regrouped into 2 separate groups. It's the same number of circles, but what we've done is we've broken them up into the largest number of groups that still have the same number of green and pink circles. So that's another way of thinking of the ratio. Let's have a look at it where we express it this time pink to green. Now there's more pink circles, so if you count those up, there's 8 and the green ones are 6. So the ratio is 8 to 6. To simplify this, the same rules apply. What we need to do is write 8 over 6 as a fraction. This time we need to be careful though. If we use our calculator, it might come up as a mixed numeral. The simple way to think of it is to say that which number do we know that goes into 8 and 6? That number is 2. It goes into 8 4 times and into 6 3 times. You could use your calculator, but be careful to find out how to change a mixed numeral into an improper fraction so that you get the result 4 over 3, or in this case 4 to 3. Another way to look at ratios is things like lengths. Now these lengths are in decimal amounts, and ratios need to be expressed as whole numbers. So the first thing we do is express the two amounts as a ratio, 9.3 to 3.1, and we change them to whole numbers, and we do that by continually multiplying by 10 until they become whole numbers. In this case it's easy because if you multiply by 10, both of them change to whole numbers and it becomes 93 as to 31. If one of them was still decimal, we'd have to multiply both of them again by 10 until they became whole numbers. The next step is to write it as a fraction like before, and if you go through and do that on your calculator, 93 over 31 is a fraction, the calculator might tell you it's just a whole number 3, but if we're thinking of it as a fraction, we must write it as 3 over 1. So the ratio becomes 3 to 1. The ratio of the blue line to the brown line is 3 to 1.